Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm AP, and today I'm here with Anton, and we are going to be talking a little bit more about the Empire of Aeternia, and talking about some stuff that I really have wanted to make videos about, but I haven't had the chance to, just because of time, and because I don't quite know like the right way to break down the video series yet. But essentially, we're going to be going over what you would like break down to tell somebody about it from the start, what people need to know to sort of get into it. Maybe for your own micronations and stuff, how you would go about explaining stuff to someone. So basically, the start of defining what it is the government. Having an understanding of sort of what you want your leadership style and all that to be. For us, it's a democratic monarchy. So I don't know that that's a defined thing in like world politics, but I know for us, it's essentially trying to find a good mix between something that allows people the freedom to vote and to have their voice heard, but at the same time being flexible enough to not have to take a long time with sort of bureaucratic decisions that in something as small as a micronation just prolongs your growth and makes it more difficult to grow quickly. So for us, we have a monarch at the top, an emperor, and then below him we have him or her. We have ministries that essentially break down every part of sort of daily life, things that you need to run, things that you need to control. Those are all led by ministers, and then below that are just the citizens, who can be a part of different ministries and who can move up and down in those things and who can own their own businesses and do things like that. So essentially, the people vote on the emperor elects ministers, the ministers can vote out the emperor, and the people can vote out the emperor. And they can all do that with a constant vote. So something that just basically depends on your popularity and how you are effectively governing. If people don't like what you're doing, they can really at any point decide to sort of move you out of office or to pick someone else who's more popular.
So, couple questions.
Yeah. So
one, is it, like, what makes it a monarchy? Or is it more like a dictatorship in some way? Is there any lineage in that form? Like, if someone is elected, does their child or anything along those lines have any say? Is that...
That's a really good question. I feel like for what we're specifically trying to do, no, just because we want to have it be an elected system. We want people to feel like they are able to have the people that they want to represent them in office. So when you are assigned to an office, when you get elected into an office, there's no inherent like birthright or anything to it. If you end up doing really well, you can stay in that office as long as people like you and feel like you're doing a good job and like representing them accurately. But on the reverse hand, if people don't really like you, there isn't a term limit that you are given flat out. If people don't like you and if they feel like you shouldn't be in office, they can remove you that day. So it's a system that sort of gives people more comfort in the fact that they know that if they do get someone elected in office that doesn't do well, they're not stuck with them.
Okay, so a couple questions about like that whole election process.
Yeah. So
one, how I'm just gonna list the three that I have. One, how exactly is the voting done? Like you said, you have a constant vote. So is that some form of like sampling? Is that direct ballot? Two, like if somebody reaches that threshold where they get voted out of office, is there then like on the wall or something like that? Is there like a list of people like, okay, this person is not popular, so now we go to the next person? Or is it there's another ballot there where people can select who they like the most? And third, is there some like interval once someone is elected that they can't be voted out again? So if say one day popularity of the dictator reaches below that threshold, so he isn't voted out, someone's getting news in, the next day that new person also has a low popularity, does he immediately get voted out again? Or because I would think that would cause a lot of trouble. You know?
No, absolutely. I like the question. I feel like for the way that this is designed, you have a system where people are basically in that constant vote. So whatever your choice for leader would be, for whether it's the emperor, whether it's a minister, you have your vote just constantly marked into essentially like a constant polling, constant fluctuating of what popularity is. But anyone who wants to make it known that they would like to run for a particular office also would have their numbers pulled along with other people. So if it's really that someone else becomes unpopular by another person overtaking them in popularity. So if the current leader becomes really unpopular and someone else gets significantly more votes than them, then that transfer of power would go pretty quickly. As far as like whether they're immediately released or not, or immediately removed from office or not, or whether there's like a buffer period. There would be a buffer period of as soon as you're started in office, you would have a week that you couldn't just immediately be overturned because of the fact that like if you have a really close ballot in an election, that you wouldn't want like the very next day somebody to just have like jumped a little bit higher, get moved in, someone else jump a little bit higher, get moved in, and nothing ever really get done. However, that gave you enough time to be able to sort of submit your plan and how you want things to go to show people that you're worth staying in office. But at the same time, no large change to law would be able to be effectively implemented in the first week. Like you couldn't create a plan and say tomorrow we're going to change 50 laws in the country. It would have to go through ministries and it would have to go through these other processes that, like by the end of the week, if you had submitted them at the beginning, could be approved or denied, and then that would sort of show people at the end of the week, hey, this is what they're doing, this is how they're going about it. But people would have that whole week that they know your plan to be able to decide whether or not they want you to stay in office by the end of that. After that first like trial period week, if you're still in popularity, if you're still getting approval from the ministers, your plans could go through. People would continue to see sort of the effect of that, and then would continue to make their decisions from there.
Two questions.
Yes.
One, so is there a threshold, or is it whoever is the most popular? And if that threshold, if there is a threshold, what would you say a hypothetical number for that be? Would it be like 50%, 30%? That once they drop below? And two, how would, if there's always this tension,
Right.
the dictator, like, I have to be popular, I have to be popular, how do you avoid just his whole reign be about inspiring confidence in the people, in himself, as opposed to actually getting stuff done?
Right. Well, I think that would sort of be a point of contention between how the system is run, sort of purposefully. If you have a set threshold, which I really like the idea, because I hadn't even thought of that, and I hadn't even put that in yet, because we haven't seen an official election go through, and we haven't seen how that would pan out. But having a threshold like that is specifically good for the fact that, like we talked about a minute ago, you couldn't just have people constantly shifting in and out of office and nothing ever getting done. So I feel like a number for that would probably be like, depending on how large the population gets, it would vary, but probably 5 or 10% for the first like 100 or 1,000 people or something like that, and then beyond that, it would probably become a smaller margin, just because if you have the 80,000 people, 100,000 people, it would be a lot harder to get 10% of that above another person if there are like 80 candidates, 100 candidates, something like that.
So is there going to be is there just going to be an unlimited amount of candidates? I know Australia has ballots sometimes where you get there immediately, like 23 candidates. You can order them however much you like. This is my first choice, this is my like the second choice, third choice, all the way down. And like that can be kind of confusing for voters to like keep up with all these people. Is there going to be some way to rein that in, or is it just going to be kind of like free for all?
I think it would be organized chaos in the sense
Okay.
that, like, if you ever see like college basketball scores or like NFL rankings or something like that, you see it's just essentially a big like list of people with like their different stats. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You can always like pick out a particular like section of that to look at, but it would be from like top to bottom, whoever wants to join in, because you don't really want to restrict that process, because then some people who may not have enough money to campaign, or some people who may not be able to get their foot in the door with like certain political circles, wouldn't really be able to feel like they're a part of the system and can compete. But if anybody's able to do it, then somebody with the right ideas can still get in and can still make their mark.
So do you think it would move towards political parties? Would that be like sanctioned in any way by the government, or?
I think it would be something that would be specifically blocked. Like even the government itself wouldn't have like any set political party, for the reason that if you wanted to create a group for like a cause or for a movement, you could do that, and you could collect people who were based under a specific idea, like gun control, like drug use, things like that. But you wouldn't be able to establish a political party that just constantly pulls campaign funding for one particular person or for like a set ballot of people. It would be more something where a group of people come together to say, we all believe in this cause, and we may decide to rally around one person who you know has the highest possibility of winning. But it wouldn't be something where this specific particular group, every single election, could pick their person and could just sort of like pull people in mass.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, as well, I wanted to answer your question from earlier, of course. You were talking about, I believe you were talking about how somebody wouldn't want to just make their whole election, their whole time in office about just being popular without being effective. So because the people and the ministers constantly keep you in check as far as how voting goes, as far as how your popularity goes, they are sort of seen as your investors. Hey guys, unfortunately the video cut out a little while before we finished our interview, so we're going to have to bring you the rest of that at another point. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really appreciate you watching. See you soon.